You probably know that all information taken from outside research sources for use in papers and projects must be cited. But what are the steps of that process? How can we incorporate outside information in a way that both supports our arguments and gives sufficient credit to the original author? This is what in-text citations are for. In-text citations, sometimes called parenthetical citations, are used to credit others in the text of your paper. They're placed in parentheses after a quote or paraphrase passage and include the author's last name or the title of the source, and, if the original source includes page numbers, the page number of the cited information. A proper in-text citation will look something like this. As you can see, the first example is from a book that includes page numbers, while the second example is from a web article that does not. An in-text citation is different from a works cited entry. The in-text citation is short and appears in parentheses in the body of your paper, and the works cited entry is longer and appears on the works cited page at the end of the paper. The in-text citation is short and contains only the necessary information to link to the full works cited entry. The works cited entry is longer and contains the author's name, publishing company, and other identifying information. It appears on a separate page at the end of the paper. In-text citations and works cited entries come in pairs. If outside information is included in your paper, an in-text citation will point the reader to the full entry on the works cited page. Usually this is done by using the author's last name as the first element in both the in-text citation and the works cited entry. If the author's last name is not given in the works cited entry, however, use the first piece of data in the works cited entry in the parenthetical citation. For example, a citation for a web article that does not give the author's name starts with the title of the article, so the in-text citation will use the article's title. In this example of an in-text citation, the full name of the article is shortened to keep from interrupting the flow of the paper. Just make sure there's enough information that the reader can easily tell which works cited entry the in-text citation goes with. Supporting information from outside sources can be brought into your paper in one of two ways. You can directly quote from another author by using their exact words, or you can paraphrase by putting the information in your own words. Either way, proper credit must be given. Direct quotes are easy to use because they use the author's exact words. When incorporating a direct quote into your writing, always surround the quote with quotation marks to indicate which part of the sentence comes from an outside source. Then follow the quote with an in-text citation. A paraphrase is when you rephrase the information from the outside source in your own words. This is a good strategy for when you want to condense a long excerpt into its most important points. For example, we might paraphrase the earlier quote like this. Many students think that if they change the wording of the information, a citation is not needed, but as you can see, the in-text citation for a paraphrase works the same way as for a direct quote, coming at the end of the sentence that contains the paraphrased information. Another way to provide credit in the body of your paper is by using signal phrases. A signal phrase is a phrase, clause, or sentence that signals that a quote or paraphrase is coming up. Generally, a signal phrase includes the author's last name or the name of the author or publication. Only the page number, if available, is placed in the in-text citation. As you can see, whether using a direct quote or a paraphrase from a source with page numbers, the signal phrase tells the author's name and the in-text citation contains the page number only. When using signal phrases with sources that have no page numbers, no parenthetical citation is needed, since the signal phrase includes the title of the article, which is the only information necessary to cite.